Hey folks, it's Nick Granville. Welcome to Guitar Daily. So I thought I'd do something a little different today. I've done a lot of jazz stuff. I also do a lot of rock gigs. I really enjoy playing rock music. I kind of grew up on that stuff, and I'm a session guy, so I play all kinds of music, not just jazz. I do rock gigs, blues gigs, funk gigs, soul gigs, a lot of funk gigs actually. But the rock thing is definitely a certain thing. So I thought I'd talk about power chords today. Now, what is a power chord? In its simplest kind of thing, a power chord is just a root and a fifth. So in that case, that's a C, and then the fifth is G. And the interesting thing about them is they're not major or minor. You don't know. There is no third. I mean, that could be, or it could be. Right? But you can figure out if it's major or minor based on what key it's in, and you know where everything is moving. But anyway, I digress. So those are the basics, right? Root and fifth. And generally they're played on the E and the A strings. But the way I really like doing them is I like adding in the octave above it. So we have root, fifth, octave. I think that sounds good to just add. It just adds a little more meat to it. So that's kind of a lot of how I play power chords. Now what will happen is you'll start playing power chords, and pretty soon you'll be going like, I'm bored of playing power chords. It's always like, and you'll be like, what's next? Well, here's what you can try next, right? These are some cool things you can do with power chords. So if we take like a C power chord, or anything really, root, fifth, root, so C, G, C, we can take our little finger here and just push it up to the ninth. Right? And it becomes an add 9 chord. It's not actually major or minor. We don't know because there is no third. It works for both. And I actually use that voicing 159 quite a lot in jazz improv solos. I'll go, and I'll do patterns out of that and stuff like that. Anyway, but it's a cool way of kind of extending your power chords to make them a little more interesting. Another one you can try. If you take your standard power chords, say on the D string, right, we can add the octave above like I talked about. So this is D, A, D, 151. It's kind of cool if you put the fifth on the bottom. Just has more weight, and I often do that when I play things. Like I'll go, so you see that extra weight that it adds. You don't want to do it all the time, but say you're getting to like the end of a phrase, that's your time to kind of chuck in that fifth on the bottom. Just gives it more punch. So the fifth below is a really, really good one. Another thing I do with power chords is what I call the gallop. Right? If I have something that's just like standard eighth notes, it gets pretty boring. You know, say it's I don't know, A, C, G like I was doing before. It gets pretty boring fast, right? And I call that the gallop, and I use that as when I want to kind of push a bit more intensity. It's almost like an Iron Maiden type thing, isn't it? You know, kind of creates this drive to it. So I'll start with the eighths, and maybe we're doing this for a while, and then all of a sudden, it's kind of like kicking it in the next gear. So that's what I call the galloping. And the other thing that's kind of a recent trend with power chords is what I call the Coldplay effect, right? Which is, Coldplay kind of did play power chords, but instead of playing them down low, like an A power chord like that, he seemed to play either up here or up here. And by the way, those are power chords that I don't see people using very often, right? We see this, and we see this, but what about this? Well, there's G, A, still a power chord, root, fifth root. right? But anyway, back to Coldplay. So if we have this, they might even go put the E note up on top, so go E, A, E. I obviously can't play any Coldplay things because I'll probably get a copyright strike. I've had a few of them lately. It's been super annoying. And they seem to be by Russians claiming that they own Stevie Wonder tunes or Steely Dan tunes or whatever. I'm like, it's a load of BS, right? They don't own those blimmin' tunes, so they put in a claim. They hope you won't notice they get any ad revenue. Not that I haven't put ad revenue on my videos, but now all of a sudden that applies because they've put a copyright notice on it. It's not a strike, but they're still allowed, but they get whatever revenue that's added by putting those ads in. So if you see ads in the front, that's why. So I've been disputing them, but it's really annoying when you're trying to teach stuff. So I'd like to be able to play some of the stuff here, but I'll play you something kind of like Coldplay-ish. So there's that voice in there for an A chord, which would be E, A, E, or even just E, A, E, A. And I hear them using quite a bit of that with the power chords, but power chords up higher, which is a totally different kind of approach. So anyway, that's kind of my approach to power chords. Power chords are really fun. For me, it's like I enjoy playing rock stuff. I know some jazz musicians kind of get all funny about it, but I'm like, man, music, if it's good music, I don't care what style it is, you know. I do the whole lot. Funk. There's bad funk music, just like there's bad rock music, you know. And there's really great rock music too, you know. People like Toto, you know. I really like things like. I thought about it. I can't play it, can I? But I can, you know, if I do something like that and mess with it. I'll probably get a strike from that. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much. If you've enjoyed this, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post every day on here. This is my thing. I'm away this weekend at the Tauranga Jazz Festival, so try and post some stuff from the gigs there and different things. Got a killer band with my trio coming up, Darren Mathews and Mike Crawford. Really looking forward to playing with those guys. So I'll play out on some power chord driven stuff. And yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already.